Good evening, PFL Nation. It is Monday Night Football tonight. We have two and three teams. We got Oregon and UCLA going head to head tonight. Oregon looking to bounce back in a big way after that giant loss against LSU 47-11. So you know they're feeling fired up tonight. Austin Bradley's going to be looking to make a huge difference and be that leader, put that responsibility on his shoulders, as Oregon is currently 10th in the nation against UCLA, who's coming off a great win against Cincinnati 24-10, which was a very necessary bounce back win after that loss against USC the week prior. UCLA is currently ranked 12th. They also have a QB that's been throwing a good amount of interceptions lately and is going to be looking to keep his consistency from last week together. As yes, he did throw a pick last week, but he had some great yards and some great overall performance with 256 yards, 23 of 32, and a touchdown. So I expect to see big things out of both of these QBs tonight. As Oregon's kicking the ball off to UCLA, we're going to see that offense out here first. And that UCLA offense, for those who don't know, again, is led out by Matt McCain at QB. They got Gio Gaddy, who's an absolute freak at running back. Kadar Young, JoJo Akeem, both wide receivers. Those are going to be huge for them, making sure they're going ahead and keeping that ball moving, as well as Sergio Moreno at tight end to help them out both blocking and creating space for those wide receivers. So if I'm UCLA, I'm thinking let's run this offense through Gaddy. He's been killer for them all year, and I expect to see more of it here. We're going to see McCain take the snap, quick on the curl route, just like that. That's great gain for them. That's exactly what they're looking for, and there is that man Moreno that I just called out. It's like I'm psychic up here in the booth, but that is perfect for them. That's what they're looking for. I expect to see a lot of those short dink passes in order to help ensure that McCain keeps his confidence up and doesn't throw picks too much out here. As we see the fake on the bootleg, had his man, but just overthrew it a little bit. Definitely had the first down there, but I think if I'm UCLA, I'm giving this to Gaddy on the inside zone, and I'm getting that first down. He audibled out of it, has a man, great catch, and oh my God, on the spin tackle as well. So that was back-to-back big moves as Phillips rips that out of the air, and then Oregon's defense says sit down as they rip that guy to the ground. And that was Hutton on the tackle as well, so that was a huge tackle from Oregon. On the Oregon defensive side, you're really going to be looking at Jacklin in the middle linebacker position and Hutton at that cornerback, which we just saw. I'm really going to be concentrated on that D line of theirs, trying to make some sacks, trying to put some pressure on McCain. I think that's the matchup we got to watch, is whether or not McCain gets hit or whether or not he's got time in the pocket to make some plays. As he hands it off to Gaddy, Gaddy looks for the hole. Good stop out of 28 from Oregon to not let him break loose there. We all know what Gaddy can do once he gets in the open field. They have to watch that. We're going to see the play action here. Quick pass. Ooh, that was a little low on that throw from McCain. I think he's just kind of getting into his rhythm. Like I said, both of these QBs kind of have a confidence problem right now, and they need to see some completions in order to keep that confidence up and keep those passes moving. We are in a third passing situation on 3rd and 7. Little quick out route. Oh, what a fight for those yards as well. I think that was the backup. Yes, it was. Katana with a great catch and fighting for the first down to keep the chains moving. UCLA drive, stay alive. Oregon tried to get that stop there, but he was just too strong as he fought for that first down. We can see as the hit comes in from Jacklin, but he is just a little bit too strong to be able to get to those yardage and keep the drive alive for UCLA. We're going to see trips to the top, one to the bottom. We're going to see the little draw handoff. Again, Katana getting to the outside. Great yard gain and a good hit there out of the safety from Oregon as well. Keeping in front of the chains. This is what UCLA has to see out of their offense. You cannot let Oregon just stuff you, or else their offense is going to keep the ball moving. We're seeing another handoff to the outside. No gain that time as the defense just absolutely swarms to the ball to stuff that down. Ooh, great catch there. Oh my goodness, out of Akeem. That's exactly what they need out of that man. That's his first reception of the night, but I expect to see more and more out of him. McCain loves throwing to that man because he's an excellent route runner. Akeem knows how to get open. He knows how to find the gaps when in the zone, and he knows how to stay in front of his man in man coverage. Shout out to the O-line as well for some great clean pocket protection. This is a wonderful first drive for UCLA, and Oregon's defense is just thinking, we got to start bringing some heat, or else McCain's going to be able to get too comfortable and start picking us apart. I expect to see a handoff here, and we do to Gaddy. Gaddy fights for, 5 yards? He got tackled at the line of scrimmage and still goes. Absolute monster. Gaddy has been a huge bright light for UCLA so far this year. As we see Captain AB talking to his squad as they start to prep to get their first drive going, they're going to want to respond to the great drive that UCLA's having right here. You see McCain take the snap, pressure coming, has his man, catch. Did they give it to him? Oh, they didn't. I think he caught that in the end zone. I feel like Young deserves a touchdown there. Oh my goodness, let me see where that foot lands. Nah, that's a tutty. That's a tutty. Oh, they're robbing that man. They are robbing that man. And UCLA is going to have to punch this in. The ball's literally on the line. So UCLA is going to have to punch this in. They take the pass. Pressure going crazy, and he gets sacked. That's exactly what Oregon's looking for out of their defense. 47 coming crazy off the edge. Absolutely smacking that man. That is what their defense needed. We see the kind of double man hit there. But I'll tell you what, this is what I'm talking about when I said that should have been a touchdown. Look at how those little plays make a huge difference. Now suddenly it's 2nd and 6. There's 2nd and 7 to the goal. It's crazy how fast things can change, and UCLA needs to respond in a big way. They got a man to jump, but didn't snap it in time. Hand the ball off to that man right there as he pushes the ball back up to the 1.5? Honestly, I'm going back to Gaddy. I know they just brought those men up and they're stacking the box, but I think you give it to Gaddy, let him fight into the end zone. That's exactly what they do, and he does get stuffed. Oh my goodness. As Jacqueline makes another huge hit tonight, he is all over the place on the field. And UCLA is looking like they might have to settle for 3. And those centimeters of a difference on that touchdown call are the difference between 6 and or potentially 7 and 3 points. This is what they say when they say football is a game of inches. Bro, this is a game of millimeters. As the great drive from UCLA gets stuffed by this Oregon defense, massive. And they have to settle for 3. And as we know from the Ole Miss game last week, 8 yards are not a guarantee. So let's see, the kick is up. All right, no worries that time. As UCLA is the first to get on the board and get those 3 points in, which is, good for them. They're feeling pretty good about that because, they're finally getting it done. As Moody continues his excellent season so far on these kicks, looking great out there as he gets 3 points on the board for UCLA. Great job. And we see Oregon going off on the return, trying a little juke move before he gets tackled. And this is the first time we're going to see the captain, AB, trying to bounce off of that bad performance against LSU where he had no touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So that is exactly what he won't be looking for as he finished that game with a 48.6 passer rating. I know that man came out and said, I got to be responsible. Let me be a difference maker and get this team back on the right track. As we see the single back formation. We see the play action here. Tons of time. Gorgeous pocket. Going deep. Has a wide open man. That is clean. That is exactly what Oregon wanted. The man absolutely cooked it. Taylon Ross. And for those who don't know, before this game, Taylon was talking to his coach saying that he was disappointed in the results he's been putting up, and he guaranteed a 100 receiving yard performance, and that is exactly how you want to start it off, as he just cooked everybody on that UCLA defense. That was some blown coverage as he was wide open, jogging into the end zone. Absolute monster. And I'll tell you what, you don't see that out of UCLA. Udo, Bess, Chang Lee, Drake, you have some great defensive guys out there. You don't see this very often from them. That was a huge play from Austin, huge play from Ross, and exactly how Oregon is going to bounce back against what was a very effective UCLA drive. So I'll tell you what, PFL Nation, I'm loving this first quarter. I'm having a great time. Both of these teams performing to get us started. And if you're new to the PFL, make sure you check out the description, you subscribe to our YouTube, you check out the social media, the Instagram, and you join up, man. The sign-up form is in the description. The PFL is a simulation football league where you can live out your dreams on the field. We got a great league here, great group of guys, and ran by a wonderful commissioner. So If you are brand new, make sure you check us out. And, you know, maybe it'll be your name getting called next week in the booth. As we see some great coverage out of Oregon there. Empty back, another passing down on 2nd and 10. Little out route, has his man, well done. That's a great drawn-up play for UCLA. That's what they're going to keep trying to do, is keep Young and Akeen involved in the offense. You know, McCain's going to need that, those two guys, his elite route runners, to make sure he gets his confidence up, just like AB did on that deep ball. Oh, the quick route, risky pass, but a well-done reaction time there as the running back and Moreno almost collide, but Moreno manages to get the snag. This is a great run for Gaddy. He has a hole, but his man rips off his blocker and makes the tackle. Very nicely done out of the right end from Oregon there, preventing the hole from getting exploited. Quick pass out to Akeen, and there is that man toasting his cornerback cover again as he goes on those inside slant routes. Akeen is too fast on those inside slants. If those are those short yardage situations, UCLA has to feel so good about having Gaddy in the backfield and Akeen and Young on these slant routes to get them those extra yards. And, you know, Cruz tried to cover that, but he is just not quite fast enough. Still great job making the tackle so that Akeen couldn't break for 40. See another shotgun formation, the pump fake. He's looking, clean pocket, pressure coming though. Still looking, overthrows his man. Honestly, I think McCain could have had that, but I give that up to the defense. That was some great coverage. Even with a ton of time in the pocket, the pressure did eventually get there, and maybe that spooked him a little bit as McCain threw that overthrow. But you know what? I'll give him some credit, because the McCain from 2 weeks ago against USC would have thrown that as an interception. So you got to give the man some credit for learning. Takes another snap here. Has it wide open in the flat. Pressure coming. Goes for it all, though. Absolute bomb. Oh, my goodness. What a deflection by number 13, Hutton, out of Oregon, saving the touchdown with a massive deflection there, as I thought for sure Akeen was about to rip that down. My goodness. I know we're already past that play, but I have to give huge credit to Hutton there as an absolute cornerstone of this Oregon defense between him and Jacklin, which we saw a ton of Jacklin on the last drive. Hutton makes a huge play there, and Williams with a great tackle on Akeen to go ahead and set up the 4th and punting situation for UCLA. I'm going to see the punt here. Good punt. Covered at the 12, gets a few yards. Great wrap-up tackle there to not let him get any more. And we're going to see Oregon come out again. Do I think they're going to have another one-play freak show? I do not. I think UCLA is too good for that defensively. Again, like I was saying, between Bess, Yuto, Chang Lee, Kobe Drake. I mean, they have some great guys bringing pressure and covering that secondary. So I don't know if we'll see another deep shot, but AB's got to be feeling so good as the first play goes to Tamari Jones, and he is a monster in the backfield, folks. His one run already going for 7 yards. You see his stats from last week, 24 rushes, 132 yards. His stats for the season with 4 touchdowns, 373 yards. He's having a great season himself. He is not responsible for what's gone on with these 3 losses for Oregon. And if AB can continue to have the game like he's having tonight, we're going to see a great offensive result out of them. As again, you see a huge rush out of Jones as he breaks off and gets, 17 yards? I mean, you can't ask for anything better if you're Oregon right now offensively. And if you're looking at it from UCLA's standpoint, you know you have elite defenders. We just got to get them in the right spot. You got to get them in the right setup for the formation to make these stops, because you know your guys can. So I feel if you're UCLA, you're still feeling good, even though Oregon's moving the ball. As we see the play action on the bootleg, has his man in the flat. We know that's where it's going, and a great tackle there out of number 24 from UCLA, wrapping that up on the bootleg before we could see anything crazy, resulting in a loss of 2. If you're AB, listen, that was the most telegraphed bootleg I think I've ever seen in the PFL. You got to be a little bit smarter than that. Maybe pump fake and then check deep and then throw it away, because there was just an absolute swarm out of 24 coming to that ball to make that tackle on Washington, and you just kind of set him up. And especially after that first pass we saw out of you got to be thinking, okay, I can do better than that. As we see him take the snap again here, has the man in the flat. Easy catch. You know, they're going to make up a few of these yards. as it's, not quite 3rd and manageable, but 3rd and 8 is definitely doable for this Oregon offense. And if you're UCLA, you're feeling pretty good. I'm thinking you're going to line up with 3 linebackers out there today. Let Chang Lee make the difference for you on defense in these type of situations. Bring some pressure. We see him scooting up there. Bring some pressure in. Make AB uncomfortable and get the stop here. Let's see how this goes down. Oh, we're not going to see the hike before the end of the first quarter. Get those twos in the chat. 7-3 between these 2-3 teams. This is a pivotal game for both of them as we're in week 6 of the season. Monday Night Football, the PFL. Show some love in the chat. John Smith up in the booth. Thank you all for tuning in. And let's see how this 3rd and 8 goes as he sends his man in motion. Full empty backfield. AB's got the quick route. Goes for the quick route. Ooh, absolutely burns Bess as he trips, it looks like, on the grass. Great play there on the slant route. Bess had his shot, but it looks like he just tripped in the grass there as Oregon went ahead and keeps this drive moving. And that was Darrell Wade on the catch as well. You can see it just looks like he just goes for the pick, actually, and that's why he slips on the grass. A little too aggressive there. But Bess is a great cornerback. I expect him to feel fired up after that and bounce back in a big way. We see the run formation here. It's going to Jones. Jones looks for the hole, finds a little bit of a gap. I think he cuts to the right. He gets some extra yards there, but we'll take that. Gets a couple, keep the ball moving. AB's going to take the snap. I think we're going to see a pass here. Yes, we are. Really quick route, nice and easy. Looks like 10. That is perfect for AB. That's exactly what he's trying to do all night as he gets it out to Washington once again. Get the handoff to Jones. Huge hole on that left side. Spins off a man and gets 11 yards. The pass is opening up the run for them. The run is opening up those short routes for them. Oregon is moving the ball really well on offense against an excellent UCLA defense. So this is a great start for them. This is exactly what they came in hoping for. As Jones just says, "Get off me," as he goes to those extra 4 yards. Beast in the backfield. You see Austin take the snap here. He's going to hand it off again. There was a hole. Almost gets there as he breaks off one guy and then gets tackled by the other. But he did almost break that hole as Kobe Drake made the huge secondary tackle to stop him from going too crazy. We see another bootleg. He goes to the backup man, not straight to the flat. Way smarter play by Briley, who's 6 of 6 for 105 and that big touchdown we saw earlier already. Keeping the chains moving, making the smarter decisions as he's keeping this drive alive. And if you're UCLA, honestly, your defense has been fine on this drive. It's just these little plays here and there that are allowing Oregon to stay on the field that you have to tighten up. Sends the man in motion, fakes the touch pass, pressure coming, huge sack! That is exactly what they're looking for to turn this thing around defensively, get the spark going. The crowd just got super quiet out here in Oregon, folks. You know I love plays like this by the road team that shuts the crowd up. Absolutely massive as they just go dead silent. You could hear a pen drop in this booth. What a hit. And now you've got Oregon way behind the chains on a 2nd and 17. This is when Briley, historically started to get a little flustered. Let's see what he does here. They fake the handoff. Pressure coming again. Hit as he throws, and he has no choice but to just throw it out of bounds. I'll give him credit for getting rid of that ball, but this UCLA defense, this is what I was talking about. You guys probably heard me saying I'm really confident in this defense, and you're thinking, what is he talking about? This is it right here. This is the UCLA defense I expected to see as we see more pressure coming from the outside, and Briley has no choice but to overthrow that and set up the field goal. And remember, field goals are not gimmies, folks. And Clark's got himself a little decent one here. Let's see if he can go ahead and hit this. It is straight from the center, no hash marks. And he does get it in to keep it a touchdown game, 10-3. But UCLA, what a stop. Great defensive play after that sack. And just like I said, AB sometimes gets a little shaken after the sack. So he's probably going back to the bench and saying, listen, defense, I need you guys to step it up here. Get me this ball back, and I'll make it up to you on the next drive. As we see UCLA going to take it out of the end zone. Get right about to the 27, so not a bad decision to take it out by any means. And that, they're going to go ahead and get this offense going again. If I'm UCLA, I'm thinking you got to give the ball to this man a little bit more, get the ball out a bit faster to Akeen, get Gaddy more involved. But McCain's feeling pretty good. You know, no turnovers yet, feeling pretty good about what's happening. But we're just going to want to see some more yards as they line up in the run formation. We see the pitch out. Gaddy's got a little bit of space. Jukes tries to juke a man. 24 did not bite on the juke, continued to chase him down. That's Cruz on the tackle. His second tackle for loss so far this game. If, you know, I love Gaddy in the backfield, and I think he's got to be more focused going up the middle on these type of design plays. You got the 3 blockers on that right side. I think the pitch out is a little scary because Oregon's defense is so fast. You know, you talked about that second tackle for loss. I mean, they're not biting on those juke plays. Big hit there. So you got to be a little bit careful with what you're doing on those runs because then you get behind the sticks. As we see the empty backfield, McCain's going to trust his arm here. Tried to get a jump, didn't get it. Looks for the quick route. Has his man. Oh, no! Akeen in his hands, but I think he heard the footsteps. That was a very close catch. Great defense, getting those footsteps in his ear. Great pass there as Young makes the grab towards the ground. Almost gets the first, but we do see a 4th and 2 here as that was great defense by Oregon. Knowing where the lines are and saying, hey, we're going to let you make this catch, but we're not going to let you get that first down. As we see the 4th and 2, we got the service tablet. He's out here giving advice, telling them guys, hey, this is what I want to see out of you. You see the film right there. He's saying, let's see more of this. And man, oh man, I thought the Young might get there, but you could just see he got immediately wrapped up by 28 there to make sure that did not happen. As they set the punt up, you have no choice but to punt it here. And UCLA's drive is going to stall. They're kicking it back off. Going to take that at the 11. Lots of space. Goes up the middle. Gets to about the 30. Great return out of Washington there. As he does make his way up to about the 30-yard line. And Washington's had himself a game. You know, Ross had the one huge grab, obviously, which was massive for them, but Washington has been heavily involved in this offense. As we see Briley line up again, single back, fakes the handoff. Oh, double fake the handoff. Great pocket protection, giving him lots of time. Wobbly throw, though, and, you know, a little quiet here, but he's missed his last 3 passes, so this is something that we're going to have to really start paying attention to after the amazing 6-for-6 start. Takes the easy route to Moreno. That's your trusted tight end. You know that's going to work out for you, and they keep the chains moving. That's what Briley's got to be doing if he wants to, you know, keep that confidence up and stop with these overthrows. Fakes the handoff. They're trusting this man. He's going deep again. Had him. He had the step and just couldn't quite connect on that pass. Had the step, but it just wasn't meant to be. Good try at an AB there. I think that's what they want to see more of. You know, you don't want to let these great defensive backs get too comfortable at UCLA. So you got to test them every now and then and see what will happen out of it. 2nd and 10, they're throwing again. Has the out route. Great grab. And those short routes, you know, that's where AB is going to need to feed as we see the single, we see the single back formation, the I formation, and I expect to see a run here. We see the play action. What do I know? Clearly nothing. Lots of time. Had him again. He had Taylor Ross again, but just a little bit too strong. I feel like if Taylor makes that grab, if that hits him in stride, that might go for a touchdown, as that was a massive throw. And did he get there? Did we see the coffin punt? Yes, we do. Pinned at the goal line. That is Casey Wild being the special teams difference maker. Can Maverick McCain, Gio Gaddy, Kadar Young, and JoJo Akeen make this happen for them tonight? From the literal 0. And, of course, Sergio Moreno as well. I apologize. I said Moreno was on Oregon. Of course, Moreno's the tight end for UCLA. That's my bad, guys. So we see him get it to Gaddy. Gaddy's going to create a little bit more space here. A little bit more manageable. Give him some room as he lines up in the shotgun. You see the quick pass. That's exactly what they're going to look for. And who is it? Of course, the man that I, incorrectly named. But there he is, getting the first down. Moreno with a great catch. lots of time. Clean pocket, huge bomb, wide open. Oh my goodness, Young does the same thing that Oregon did to start this game. Huge play with his first career touchdown. That's what a clean pocket will do for you. And UCLA said, I will take the 100-yard challenge and deliver a dot. That is a huge confidence booster for McCain. Absolutely torched the defense out of Young, finds the man, heaves that ball as hard as he could, and creates that touchdown. As he says, what do you guys have to say, Duck Crowd? You got nothing for me, as UCLA looks to tie this game up. What a play. You know, you get a little bit of space in that backfield. Some great plays by Gaddy Moreno. Sets up an absolute bomb. As you see the yards there, a 100-yard drive. Huge for UCLA. He's going to go ahead and take this out of the end zone. A little bit crazy, but he gets just about past the 25, so it ends up working out fine for him. We're going to see Oregon take the field again. Remember, we saw Austin get a little bit more back in his groove. So I expect to see a little bit more out of that from him. I expect him to see continued involvement of Kyrie Washington and Taylor Ross, of course, as well as keeping the run game moving. But they're going to need to see those receivers more and more. We see the running back involved in the passing game. Kamar Jones, he's a great receiving back as well. He can really do it all, as he is a dual threat in the backfield, which is a huge weapon for Oregon on offense. Go ahead and hand it off and get the first down here. This is exactly what they're looking for to keep the ball moving. So they line up in the I formation. Last time I thought it was going to be a run, and they did a play action. Sends the man in motion here. Let's see if they do it again. Yep, they do. Lots of time, great protection. Pressure coming. Has the curl route, takes the nice, easy 7 yards there. Great decision making out of AB. Oregon is loving this formation tonight. You know, they have the play action options, or they can just straight up hand it off to this monster in the backfield as Jones fights his way for more. And another first down, as he is at 52 rushing yards already in this first half. They are in the hurry up. They're going to try to keep the ball moving and try to get points on the board before the half ends. Wide open. What a laser by AB. That is exactly what they needed there. Keeps it going. Absolute dot to Mance. That is perfect for them. And now they can go ahead and take a little bit more time, as they still have a minute and a half on the clock. Perfect drive so far from Oregon. After that absolute monster by UCLA, they needed a big response. And so far, they are delivering. AB's going to take the snap here. Quick route, has his man, was in his hands, but just tends to slip out of Washington. But he did have that catch. I have full confidence in that young man. You run that play 100 times, he catches that 99 times. So I think we'll see plenty more of those. We see the little out route, nice and quick. Make it easy to Taylor Ross, keeping him heavily involved in the passing game after that amazing start. We see the fake here. Pressure tried to come. Huge block out of Jones. Gives AB time. Does he have a man? He does not, as he is just overthrown a little bit. Jones with the great block to even give him time to try to squeeze that into the corner of the end zone. Doesn't quite get there, and Oregon has to settle for 3. And it doinks! Are you kidding me, PFL? Are you kidding me? Every time I'm on the mic, I swear we see this. As it stays 10-10, we see another doink out of these kickers. And Carter Clark's got to get back in the lab as he doinks it from what should have been a gimme, closer than he was on his previous. And now UCLA's got a great shot at getting points on the board before the half. I think we're going to see McCain try to air it out early and see if they can go ahead and keep the ball moving and get into Oregon territory. They got Gaddy. Oh, pressure coming. Perfect little dump off, and it wasn't Gaddy. I apologize. But that was a nice, easy dump off play for UCLA. We see it again on the quick route. Absolutely perfectly done by Ukene. That's what we want to see out of him. Like I said, that man and Young are elite, and they're going to be getting the ball all night as that wide receiver room is stacked for UCLA. 30 seconds left in the half. Little dump off. I don't know if dump offs to Moreno is exactly what they're looking for, because they're going to have to call timeouts in these situations. They're down to one timeout, 25 seconds, but they can definitely get within field goal range in this time. We just saw them drop a bomb. Oh, huge pressure coming though. The sack, that might be the drive staller. What a hit right there by Jack Long to go ahead and get into the backfield and stop that drive in its tracks, as UCLA was looking really good before that hit. And I tell you folks, I would be surprised if we see anything but 10-10 heading into halftime. Absolutely untouched. Honestly, McCain had a decent amount of time, but it looks like they were drawing up the deep pass and just did not have enough time to get rid of the ball for those deep routes. So let's see what happens. So they're taking down the clock. Will we see a hike before? Yes, we will. Last play of the half. He's going for it. Slings that out deep. And it falls on the ground. As we reach halftime, let me see the threes in the chat. Let me know what you guys think of this first half. We saw two huge deep balls by both McCain and AB. AB to Taylor Ross and McCain out to Kadar Young to make it a huge game for these receivers. Early and often saw the passing game. I think both teams are feeling pretty good going into the half. And I don't really know who to give the edge to be completely honest with you. I think we're seeing more confidence out of these quarterbacks. I think we're seeing good reliance on the run game. And for both of them, I feel like they're going into this with the right mindset and understanding how important of a game this is. Oregon for the bounce back. UCLA to keep the streak moving after their win against Cincinnati. I really don't know who to give the edge to in this one, but like I said in the pregame, like I said throughout the game, I feel really good about UCLA's defense. So in this second half, I expect to see a little bit more action out of them, maybe a turnover. And if you're Oregon, that's the last thing you're looking for. So you need to stay calm and collected. AB in that pocket, we saw him get a little too excited. Saw him get a little crazy towards the end there after he got sacked. Can't be having a ton of that. We want to make sure that you're staying collected. You know what's going on. And if you get that stress and that pressure, just hand it off to this man, Tamari Jones, and he's going to get it done for you. So Oregon has to know that they have that weapon in the backfield, as we see that beautiful, beautiful pass from AB. That first play of the game out of Oregon to Talon. That's exactly what they wanted to see. And I think we're going to be looking to see more of that out of him, as Oregon's going to go ahead and start the second half. Monday Night Football PFL. Like I said, make sure those threes are in the chat. Let me know who you think is going to walk away with this one. Love having you guys here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, if you're new to the PFL, this is a simulation football league where you can live out your collegiate dream and eventually make your way into the pros. If you're interested in learning more, please check out our social media. Check out the link in the description to get signed up. And maybe you will be called in the booth by your man right here. As we see AB go ahead and take this first snap of the second half. Nice clean routes, has his man. And that was a dot delivered. Well done, creating a little bit of space, keeping positive on the chains. That's exactly what they're trying to see, as I was to Mintz there. Let me make sure I'm naming it right for the tight end this time, as that's Mintz on the 7-yard reception. CAB handed off to that man, Tamari Jones. Fights his way, absolutely got wrapped up there, basically as soon as he got the ball by Boyle, and still fought his way for some extra yards to keep those chains moving. They're in the I-form once again, handed off. What a rip and tackle there. Oh my goodness, by Chang Lee. Tells his man, get off me, and then rips Jones to the ground. That is perfect for that UCLA defense. Remember at halftime I said, listen, I expect to see some more out of this UCLA defense. They have a great squad on that side of the ball. And he said, get off me. Left tackle as I go ahead and make that absolute rip down on Tamari Jones, which was great for Chang Lee. Huge hit there. We see AB take the snap. Pressure coming really fast. Has to get rid of it. Manages to do so. But again, that pressure, man, that's what gets him psyched out. So, this third and a very obvious passing situation, it's going to be really interesting to see what Oregon draws up here. I could honestly see them going short and then trying to have the wide receiver make the play. Oh, he feeds it to Jones. He almost gets there. Did hit him on his left side to allow him to run forward, but just didn't quite get enough yards. And this is exactly what UCLA was looking for out of their defense to start this second half. A quick stop. They got one first down, but then you get the stop, and you go ahead and get the ball back to your offense and let McCain, Gaddy, Young go to work for you right away. See Oregon go ahead and punt it away here. Trying for a coffin punt. Not quite a coffin, but still the 5-yard line as we see some incredible punts out of this special team squad from Oregon. That is Casey Wild doing wild work on these kicks. But if you're Oregon, you're honestly feeling pretty bad about that, because the last time you had a punt within the 5-yard line, specifically on the 0-yard line, UCLA absolutely boomed you and did a huge touchdown to Kadar Young. So let's see how UCLA responds to this tight field position this time. Wide open man once again. That is Ikene this time, not Young. But man, that wide receiver duo is absolutely stacked. And Ikene, I want to apologize for mispronouncing your name in the first half. My producer Zeke did let me know so I can get that right moving forward. And a great catch, young man. That's exactly what we need to see out of you in order for UCLA to take this one in the second half. And now he has plenty of space to work out of on the 28-yard line. We see the fake. Lots of time, super clean pocket. Pressure finally coming, and has no choice but to just throw that one away. Great protection out of that O-line as we see Coach talking to Briley and the offensive squad saying this is what we need to do on the next drive. Let's try to get back to our ball-moving ways of that first quarter. We didn't see a ton out of Oregon in the second quarter, and again, that first drive in this second half isn't exactly what they were looking for. We see the handoff to Gaddy. He tries to make his way outside. Absolutely crunched there as there was just nowhere to go. Great stop, great tackle by Funa, stopping the UCLA elite running back from keeping that ball moving. They got to be feeling good about that defense so far. We are seeing a defensive spectacle out of both of these teams early on in the second half. Coach went into halftime and said we need to see some stops on both sides in order to get this game where we want it to be, and we are seeing that so far. Great tackle there. We see McCain in a very obvious passing situation of 3rd and 11. Let's see if he goes short and tries to let his playmakers get him to the first down, or if he tries to go deep on the routes. We see the short route. Oh, almost intercepted as he overthrew Ikene that time and almost got the pick for Oregon. Would have been massive there, given that field position. We see the fair catch, and Oregon's going to go ahead and take this at the 35. Still great field position out of them, but man, oh man, that was a very close window to being a game-changing turnover. As we see the highlight on Smart Jones here, we know that what he can do. We've seen him run all over plenty of colleges this year. We know what he can do in the passing game. He is an elite weapon for Oregon, and he has to be one of the centerpieces in getting this offense moving here in the second half. We see the handoff, smokes past his man. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Great wrap-up and tackle there by Yuto. He does a great job at getting up there when he sees those running plays, not letting them get any further. And we see the handoff again as he goes up the middle, gets about 7. And, I mean, this has just been all night for this kid. You know, Jones is an absolute monster back there, and he's helping getting some pressure off Briley, who's had a couple of rough outings. And, oh, my God, he almost throws the interception there. This is what I'm talking about. He gets inside his own head, and we almost see another pick. Takes the snap, settles for the little easy route to make it into a 3rd and manageable. Briley, you got to stay out of your head, man. You got this. You know where you can do. You know where you can deliver that ball. Just pick your spots and get it done. He goes for the dump off again, but I'll tell you what, that boy Jones, he fights for that first down and keeps the chains moving. You know, it's not a big deal when you have these elite playmakers out there like Jones, Ross, and Washington. You can really put the ball wherever you want, and they're going to do what they have to do to try to fight for that first down. The man was straight behind the line of scrimmage, lines up against Yuto and says, I'm trying to, I mean, not Yuto, sorry, Chang Lee, and says, I'm trying to get to that first down, and does so as Chang Lee pushes him out of bounds. See the play action here, tons of time, very clean pocket for Briley, tries to find his man, tries to deliver a dot, but almost intercepted by Bess. If you, excuse me, if you remember earlier in that game, Bess got cooked a little bit on a route in the first quarter, and I said that he was going to respond back, and that's exactly what we're seeing there, is he had that man clamped up. Great defense there. The secondary out of UCLA stepping up in the second half. We see pressure coming, but he ends up getting blocked down. How does that get through? How does that get through as we see the huge grab out of Mintz? Oh my goodness. I have no idea how AB fit that in, but what a play. And Mintz is 5 catches and 79 yards. The tight end is heavily involved on this offense. Oh my goodness, what a play to fit that in. I think that was Yuto on the coverage. Tried to get a little greedy, tried to go for the pick, and Briley just threw it to the opposite side. Absolute laser of a pass. We see the handoff to Jones here, fighting for a couple of yards. Almost breaks off both of those guys, but that was a good tackle to keep him wrapped up and stop him from getting too wild out there on the offensive side. And I expect, honestly, I think Briley's feeling pretty good. I think this is going to be a pass. Let's see. Yep, fakes the handoff. Oh, it's the read option. Takes it himself. Doesn't really know where he's going as he goes left and then up the middle, but gets 6 yards. We have a 3rd and 3 in the I formation. This is a run formation that Oregon loves to be in the play action on. We see the play action again on the bootleg. Has his man, and there it is. That's going to be a touchdown for Oregon. Perfect drive out of them. Blackman's getting into the end zone with his first career receiving touchdown. Well done. They take the 3rd and manageable and turn it into 6, potentially 7 points. That is a great drive out of Oregon. We see the UCLA defenders trying to get there, trying to stop that man, but he is just a little too fast, gets to that edge, and manages to fight his way into the end zone. And the extra point is up and good as Oregon takes a 17-10 lead. And now it's getting back to McCain and that offense at UCLA to see what they can do to respond to this. We know they had a little bit of a stoppage drive last time, just like Oregon did on their first. Let's see how this second drive goes. I feel a lot more confident in them this time around. I'm sure they're going to make some adjustments. Keep their boys involved. Again, they got weapons everywhere on that offensive side between Gaddy, Young, Ikene, and Moreno. So I think they're going to see plenty of ball movement here. And if, McCain's feeling a little bit, on edge, I think he's just gotta run that. Oh, the quick pass. Dangerous throw, too. That was super fast, and 24 Cruz was all over that. Little risky. We see another very quick pass, but this time the easy route. Well done. Keep the ball moving. Get into a 3rd and manageable. We all know these teams feel a lot more confident when they're in those 3rd and manageable situations instead of those 3rd and longs. You take those easy routes, you take the easy yards, and you try to get your playmakers in a position to make a play. Just like Oregon did on the previous drive, I think we're going to see the same thing here out of UCLA. Great pocket protection. Goes for it all. I think he had a man underneath, but went for it all, and the coverage was absolutely elite as that ball got batted down. Nowhere to go with it, and UCLA is forced to punt here as they do, unfortunately, get stuffed with the 3 and out, put into a punting situation, and now AB and this Oregon offense has a chance to open this game up. Let's see what they go out here and do. UCLA is saying, defense, we need you to have our back here as we try to keep it a 1-score game. I do believe in this UCLA defense, like I've been saying all game. They really do have a great squad of guys out there, and I think if any defensive team can get a quick 3 and out stop like Oregon just did, UCLA's defense can respond accordingly. Going to see the handoff to Jones. Tries to drive his way through the hole. Just pushes over the man to get 7 yards and make it a 2nd and short. And runs like that really open up the playbook for Oregon. They can do just about anything they want at this stage. And we see the stuffed run. They went right back to him, and that's one of the few runs we've seen tonight that really went nowhere as Osling III makes the tackle. He had nowhere to go as UCLA absolutely crowded that box. I think we're going to see another handoff here. I really do. I think you're going to say, Jones, just get us a new set of downs and we'll make some new decisions. We do see the pass, though. Great protection. Has his man. That tight end Mintz has been everywhere for AB tonight. Whenever AB's needed a first down, needed a play made, he's gone to that man and gotten it done. He's relied on Ross and Washington for kind of those deep balls, those threats, keeping the DBs and the safeties on their toe. But man, Mintz has been everywhere in the short game, getting those first downs for Oregon and keeping that ball moving. As we see Chang Lee telling his guys what to do on defense over there, as Oregon takes a snap, a quick slant. Again, same man, keeping it moving, getting it done. As Mintz is now up to 7 receptions and 92 yards. We see AB get ready to take another snap here. 3 to the top. That's going to be a pass. Another quick route. Has his guy once again. Does AB, do you know you have other players on the team? You're just saying, listen, this little 4-yard routes are unstoppable. So I'm just going to keep that moving. This looks like a handoff to me. Yes, it is. As Jones go ahead and get the ball, tries to run it up the middle. Nowhere really to go. You know, UCLA is getting a lot better at stopping this run here as we wind down this third quarter. Will we see a play? We will. He fakes the jet sweep. Oh, gets to his man. Absolute crush sack by Drake. That is what I'm talking about with this UCLA defense. Drake comes in there untouched after the fake jet sweep. No block, no chip, no nothing. And gets to AB before he can run to the outside on the bootleg. Now it's 3rd and a mile. And AB does not deal well when he's under major pressure like this. Let's see what happens here. More pressure coming. Takes the short route. Absolutely crunched by UCLA. Great defensive stop. Stepping up right when they need it. And that is perfect defensive play design that they were looking for there. As they force the punt out of Oregon. Get the ball back to McCain in this elite offense to try and make the play and get them right back into this game. We see the first not 5-yard or less lockdown punt here out of Casey Wild, as UCLA is going to be in pretty decent field position. Much more manageable drive. They don't have to necessarily hand it off to Gaddy on first down like they would otherwise, as they're at the 19-yard line. As we see McCain take the snap, has his man, Betsy Kene, getting it done again. The 2nd and 3, staying ahead of the sticks. That's what that man does. He gets the ball moving for this UCLA offense. So they hand it off to Gaddy. Tries to go up the middle. I don't think they're going to give him the down. No, they are not, as the ball is literally right on the mark. But UCLA is going to have to fight for these 2 centimeters. Sends Young in motion. Fakes. Pressure coming. Can't get rid of it in time as he's hit, as he throws. And now we're on 4th and inches. This is a huge play call. Do you go for it here? Do you run QB sneak and try to fit that ball over the line? The ball is right there as AB mashes his chest and says, I'm him. Get me the ball back. UCLA does elect to punt. It would have been quite risky if they don't get it there on their own 29-yard line. They're going back to that defense and saying, we need you guys one more time, as he just, oh my goodness, he will not go down, breaks off 2 guys before finally getting dragged to the ground. Washington with a huge return says, just get off me, as he goes ahead and puts Oregon in fantastic field position here. Let's see what AB and this squad can cook up. After, the last drive, UCLA had some great defensive play designs, got to the quarterback, got some stops. And if you're Oregon, you're probably thinking run to start this drive off. And there it is. We see him, great cut to find the lane. Jones is feasting out there, 16 rushes, 98 yards. Getting ready to break the century mark. If he would have stuck to the play design and gone right, I don't think he had any space. UCLA had a great stop on his right side. But that left cutback was massive, getting him a great run there. And that's the opposite of what we saw out of the last drive with UCLA's fantastic run defense. Sends the man in motion, fakes the touch pass, does the handoff again, and there is the stuff on the tackle, only getting 1 yard. He's now 1 yard away from the century mark. I can see AB just giving him the ball again and saying, hey, let me get you there. But he opts to go for the pass. Has a lot of open guys, but goes ahead and forces that in on the outside. I do not think that was a catch. He had Mintz over the middle. He had Jones on the left side. If this is a toe drop, I will be amazed. But I do not think that was a catch. I do not think he had the ball. Let's see. Did Talon come down with it? Oh my goodness, he did. What a catch. Talon, I got to give you your flowers. I cannot believe you managed to pull that one in. What a grab. Maybe tries to dot that one in there, but it was well covered and deflected by the linebacker there for UCLA. Has to be a little bit careful trying to fit those into those super small windows like that. That's what gets him in trouble. And the last thing Oregon needs right now is they have momentum would be a turnover. That would be absolute momentum shifter for this Oregon team and this Oregon crowd. We see the single back formation here. AB under center sends his man in motion. Go ahead and take the snap. Lots of guys, lots of routes. Ooh, barely gets it off. He had guys open everywhere on that left-hand side. 16 and 18 were wide open. Manages to get the pass off as the pressure was coming quick from this UCLA defense and our man, Kobe Drake. More pressure coming, and there he is. Oh, he breaks off the hit, but cannot break off the second one as Steve goes ahead and gets in there for the extra hit to bring AB down. And that UCLA pressure is not messing around, folks. That defense is pushing them out of field goal range. What a smack. AB tries to stay up after getting pushed, but I tell you what, these defensive linemen are big, they're strong, and they have one mission and one thing on their mind, and that's sacking that quarterback. And UCLA delivers once again, giving this offense a shot, as we see a highlight of Kadar Young, who's gone absolutely crazy, had that massive bomb, 4 catches, 119 yards, and a touchdown. UCLA's feeling really good about this opportunity. 7.5 minutes, chance to lead your team and tie the game. Sends Ikene in motion. Very quick, very easy route there. Very well done. Ikene gets the grab. That's what he's been doing all night on these short routes. He is too fast to get caught by these linebackers, and when they send him against a linebacker, any type of man, any type of light zone, he's going to feast on those routes. We see the play fake there. I don't quite know who that was to, but you know, we're gonna pass on that. We're gonna say great defense by Oregon. That's what we're gonna say. We're gonna say that was a coverage sack because I don't know where he was throwing that ball. So we're gonna give the credit to the Oregon secondary there. As you see McCain line up under center. Got the single back formation. I think you give it to Gaddy. You say, Gaddy, go get the first down. He does go for the play action. Gaddy is open underneath on the curl route. Goes to the flat, and an absolute wrap-up tackle preventing any yardage there. What a stop out of this Oregon defense. They are doing everything they can to hold on to this one-possession lead. I really think he should have gone underneath. Gaddy was open on the curl route and definitely could have gotten that first down. Decides to go to the flat outside, and now we are seeing another punt out of UCLA as this offense is starting to stall. We got 6 minutes here in the fourth. Great punt out of the special teams, pinning Oregon inside the 5-yard line. So UCLA's defense, UCLA's special teams, all getting their jobs done, trying to make this game as manageable as possible. And if you're Oregon, if you're AB right now, you're thinking, listen, I'm having a pretty good game, but it's time for us to lock this one down, get 7 points, and make it so UCLA cannot get back into this one. You see AB take the snap, fakes the handoff, just goes to the little flat route, Mintz again has been there all day for them. As we see, AB gets set up again on the second down. I think this is going to be a handoff. Yes, it is. Jones gets to the outside a little bit. Didn't go too far out, but looked like he wanted to go far left. Ends up cutting it back up the middle and gets in their first down and gets that space behind him so that AB can feel a little bit more comfortable. As that clock continues to get chunked down, we're at 5 minutes and 22 seconds. PFL, if you think Oregon's going to score right now on this drive, let me know in the chat. If you think UCLA's defense is going to step up and get the stop, you got to let me know, as we're hitting 5 minutes. We are getting in crunch time, 1 possession game. Monday Night Football, you can't ask for much more as AB sends his man in motion. Quick route, throws the interception, and that's going, oh my goodness! That is the exact opposite of what Oregon wanted. What a great read on the route by Osling III, setting UCLA up. I thought that was going to the house, but man, oh man. What a poor turn of events for Oregon, and absolute excellent route reading and defense out of UCLA. Their defense is doing every single thing they can to get Mav and this offense set up for victory. Mav's got the ball at the 11 and a half. You have to punch it in here. I'm giving it to Gaddy on this first play. Let's see what they decide to do. They do go for the pass. Goes for the little flat route. Has a man. Gets a couple yards closer. Looks like maybe 3. Taking the safe routes here. But I am surprised to say that the offense is not just feeding Gaddy the ball in this type of situation. This is what he is best at. Let's see what they decide on second down. We got another pass. Has his man, though. Fights for the first. Gets into the end zone. That's super close for Moreno. And let's see if UCLA can punch it in here. And that was Martinez on the grab. I apologize. 85-86. And there he is. That's the man I've been talking about as Gaddy punches his way into the end zone. We got ourselves a game. Barring this extra point, it is going to be tied with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. And how will AB respond after potentially costing his team here? If Oregon ends up losing, they're going to look back at that play as the defining moment. As we see Gaddy once again punch it into the end zone. That is the man for UCLA right now on offense. Well done. Let's make sure, cross our fingers that this extra point goes up and in. I don't really think Moody's going to miss these ever, and he didn't there. And now, once again, we are going to the UCLA defense against Oregon offense battle. And I got to say, you can call me a little bit biased here, but I think UCLA's defense is going to be the one to be the difference, as we've already seen with that turnover. The 3 and outs they've continued to force. I think we're going to see huge step-ups out of all these guys. Yuto, Bess, Chang Lee, Kobe Drake. I think we're going to see big step-ups out of these guys to try and give their offense a chance to close this game out. And if you're Austin Briley, you're thinking, okay, I got to keep Talon involved. I got to keep Kyrie involved. And most importantly, get Jones more involved in the passing game. That worked out great for you early on and has to be a point of contention here in the second half. He'll take those. He'll take the easy routes here. The clock's still running those. We get down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds. PFL, you can't ask for anything else on Monday Night Football. This is absolutely elite. As they see Jones tried to get the handoff, but it was absolutely wrapped up by number 20 at UCLA. Nowhere to go. And then we'll go ahead and keep that clock moving. We're down to 2.5 minutes. Huge third down here. Let's see what both teams cook up. AB's taking the pass. Clean pocket. Has a man. Finds his man. That is the man of the night. Kyrie Washington going again. As he gets it done. Gets the grab. Absolutely massive. As Oregon keeps the ball moving, which is exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it where they can drive down the field, score, and UCLA does not get a chance to get the ball back, as we've seen that UCLA offense really come alive here in the second half. CAB in the shotgun, take the snap here. Quick route, has his man. There it is. That's, they're going to be taking that all day as we get a little peek at his stats. They're in the hurry up, so, those went away really fast. We see the fake. Has him on the out route, goes deep, absolutely went for it all, but UCLA said, not today, as that was, Yuto's partner out there, the free safety covering that deep ball. They tried to get him to bite on the hurry up into the go route. Pretty good play design, but UCLA said we are not biting on that, and now we have 3rd and 2. Every third down is massive. There's still plenty of time on the clock. Let's see what Oregon does as AB takes a snap, goes for the quick route. There he is! Jones in the passing game. That is what they need if they want to go ahead and close this game out. He has been open all night on those little curl routes out of the backfield, and there he goes again, getting him 4 yards, 4.5 yards, and keeping the chains moving and giving Oregon's signal caller 3 more downs to try and get the ball into scoring position. We see him continuing with the hurry up. Ball on the 48. AB takes the snap. Looks like pressure's coming. Doesn't get it out. Gets sacked. Huge once again. UCLA going crazy on that defensive line. Oh no. As we see the flag. Is that what we think it is? Is it? It was a face mask. That is the exact opposite of what UCLA was looking for. Cheng Lee has had an absolutely elite night. And that one play could end up costing them big, as that is 15 more yards in Oregon's favor. And they are getting very, very dangerously close to field goal range. And I think we're going to see some Tamar Jones action here as they push their way up to field goal range. Yes, sir. Great tackle, though. Cheng Lee making up for it right away. Says, you are not going anywhere, as he gets his 2nd tackle for loss. Said, I'm real sorry, coach, about the penalty, but I'm going to try to hit these guys out of field goal range, or at the very least make the field goal a nightmare. Great tackle there. Just breaks right off his man. And that is some perfect defense out of UCLA. We see AB under center take the snap. We're probably going to see another handoff. Yes, we are. Jones gets those yards back and a few extras. We set up the 3rd down. I really think we're just going to see another handoff due to the fact that, UCLA is down to 1 timeout. Oregon's going to want them to burn that before the field goal. They are within field goal range. And if he gets a 1st down here, it'll be huge as he tries to get outside. Huge tackle there out of UCLA. Jones has been able to get outside all night whenever he wants, but 15 said no, 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 not today. Dikembe Mutombo style forces Oregon to kick the field goal. Let's see, does it go in? It's not a guarantee. Yes, it does, as Oregon takes the lead 20-17 with very, very little on the clock. I believe about 36 seconds left. Very, very tough for UCLA to keep the ball moving. They have no timeouts. They're going to need to see some great, great play out of their offense here. We see the special teams take it, get them, all the way up to the 27-28, but we have 33 seconds, folks. We're going to need to see some completed passes and some great play designs for UCLA to get this ball into field goal range. They don't have to go too far, but can Mav and this offense get it done? We are about to find out, folks. This is some nail-biting action here Monday night in the PFL. The first play. Pick! Are you kidding me, Mav? Are you kidding me? The first play straight into the hands of Flo. What a grab. Oh my goodness. Both quarterbacks today throwing these brutal interceptions. And I think that's going to just do it, folks, because UCLA is out of timeouts. We're going to see victory formation. Oh my goodness. What a game out of these defenses. What a game out of Oregon. Huge bounce back. UCLA's got to be disappointed after what we saw out of them against Cincinnati. There is the kneel down. That is going to do it. That is going to wrap it up. You see the excitement on the sideline. Massive bounce back for Oregon after the blowout against LSU. Massive bounce back for AB. He did have that interception, but overall a great game out of him. Honestly, UCLA put up a hell of a fight, both on defense and on offense. But that's going to wrap this one up for Monday Night Football here at the PFL. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I had a great time. That result is not what I expected. I'm not going to lie to you. I had UCLA for this one, but you know what? Oregon showed why they're the 10th ranked team, why they're above UCLA as they go ahead and squeak out the win at home. Shout out to my man Zeke producing this one for me, helping me out all the way along, making sure I'm saying the right names. And he's got to collect some stats, but that's going to be it for Jay Smith in the booth. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. And just one last reminder, if you are new to the league, make sure you're checking out that sign-up form in the description. Go ahead and get joined up, and you can be the next difference maker here in the PFL. I love you all, and have a great night. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.